Greetings students with a class 8. We are discussing chapter 3 of geography, mineral and power resources, and most of the part of the chapter we have discussed. Let's move further. So these are different areas of the world. We have discussed the distribution of minerals, and in the previous class we have started power resources, and today we are going to discuss conventional and non-conventional resources of energy. Hanji, conventional sources of energy are those which have been in common use for a long time. Firewood and fossil fuels are the two main conventional energy sources. So, conventional means the resources which are being used from older times, and these resources are in use for a longer period of time. So, see the example of firewood in our rural areas. Even these days, we can see the use of firewood in the rural areas. Then comes fossil fuels. Earlier, the stoves were used, and in those that kerosene oil was used. So the fossil fuels are also used. First, we are discussing about firewood. So it is widely used for cooking and heating in our country. More than 50% of the energy used by villagers comes from firewood. Underline it. See, about 50% or this energy comes from firewood, because maximum of the rural people, they use firewood. Remains of plants and animals which were buried under the earth for millions of years got converted by the heat and pressure into fossil fuels. Fossil fuels such as coal, petroleum, and natural gas are the main sources of energy. Yes, so what are fossil fuels? The remains of plants and animals which have been buried under the earth's surface for millions of years, and they got converted into into fuels due to heat and pressure. See, yesterday, beta we were discussing about conservation. See, conservation we were discussing about. So these are the three ways by which we can take care of our resources. We can recycle, like metallic minerals can be recycled, then reuse. Some resources can be reused, means can be used time and again. Then reduce means we are to use resources whenever it is required. Next, okay, so see here, oil and natural gas. So oil easier to transport, because these can be transported through these tankers. So it's easy to transport basis of petrochemical industry. Hanji. Then the soil is also basis, means it is used as a raw material in petrochemical industries. Disadvantages: depletion of oxygen due to oil spillage and gas leakage. Pollutants released cause acid rain. Exploration of new fuel is not easy. So these are some of the limitations of our resources. Oil, that there may be pollution like acid rain can be caused, and it is difficult to explore new fuels, and somewhere that there is depletion of oxygen due to oil spillage or gas leakage. Then natural gas advantage, again easier to transport through pipelines, cleaner than oil and coal because I think there is less pollution or no pollution, cheaper than oil. About CNG also, you people know that it is cheaper than oil. Conventional sources of energy. First, firewood. We just discussed about firewood. ECSS means in villages the people can cut the trees nearby or bushes or plants, and they get this firewood. So it is easy for them to get it. Then provide energy to a large number of people, because the poor people, they can't purchase uh, modern energy resources, so they can access these resources easily. The disadvantage, collection is time consuming because the people, they need more time when they go to some forest areas and bring this fire wood. Then polluting, because when we use these or lit these wooden these woods, then there is pollution or some kind of smoke is produced during the activity. Then promoting greenhouse effect, because there is more carbon dioxide, so it promotes greenhouse effect. Then deforestation, the people, they cut the trees, so deforestation is also caused. Coal advantage, extensively available. Then efficient conversion to electricity. So you people know about it, that coal is also used in the production of electricity. So these are some of the advantages, like coal is available in abundance, and the second, it is used in the production of electricity. Disadvantage, polluting source. We know when we just burn the coal, there is a lot of smoke, so pollution is caused. Then bulky to transport, it is heavy in nature, so there is a little bit difficult to transport it from one place to another. Then is hydel power. Hydel power, you understand it, the power or the energy that is produced through water. Non-polluting, so this is really clear that the hydel power, that doesn't cause any kind of pollution. Then promotes irrigation and fishing, because when dams are built, then the water is also diverted through channels, and then that water is used for irrigation and fishing. Then cheap, yes, it's no doubt that it is cheap. Disadvantage, displacement of local community, because when the dams are built, the local people, they are displaced from their local area, and it's really a big problem for the local people. Then inundates low lying regions, like a low lying area that are also uh, at the risk, because these areas are cleared, like the forest areas, these are cleared for the production of electricity. Then expensive to set up. So if you see the dams, these are huge structures, and it is expensive to set up such huge structures. So these are some of the disadvantages of these resources. Next, the reserves of these minerals are limited. The rate at which the growing world population is consuming them is far greater than the rate of their formation. So these are likely to be exhausted soon. It is clear, because from the first chapter we people are discussing that the resources, because the population is growing, there is more consumption of resources, natural resources. And at the same time, we discussed that it takes millions of years for the formation of these natural resources, but the consumption rate is high. So, these resources are being used uh, in larger amount than the time is taken for their production, or we can say formation. It's not production, sorry, it's formation, because these are formed naturally. Okay, so this is all for today. If you people have any question, any query, you can discuss with me in the class. Have a great day.